So I filmed a video of me talking about this on Tuesday, but I was pretty out of it because I had strep throat, which I guess you guys don't know. So I had strep throat starting Sunday, which was also when I was supposed to start my way of life. And in that video, which I didn't end up adding to this because it's incoherent, I talk about Stoicism and illness, and basically just accepting the fact that I have strep throat and the only recourse is taking antibiotics, and there's no point in complaining about it, even though I do a little bit in this video. And so I wanted to add this kind of disclaimer at the start of the video explaining that. It's Friday. This is coming from Friday, and definitely looking back on it, it was pretty terrible, but I also think taught me a few lessons about taking care of myself and taking responsibility for my own, for taking care of myself when I'm sick. So, yeah. All right, well, it's Wednesday morning, about 8:30. I'm going to do a little journaling before, and then ride a bike, take a shower, and then make breakfast. I'm not having caffeine today in an attempt to engage in some moderation and have a clear head. So I'll see you guys later. All right, well, it's Wednesday evening, still no caffeine. Definitely noticed morning was a bit more difficult, although the bike ride definitely woke me up. I've just been working on school today. I left my phone in my room to study, even though I always do that. I guess it's a kind of a bit of a stoic practice of moderation and temperance. And yeah, I'll probably be back in a bit after I make dinner, and I'll see you guys then. So I did not end up coming back after dinner last night, so now it's Thursday morning. It's about 9 a.m. I woke up at 6:30 today, another bike ride, still no caffeine. I actually really find the quiet in the mornings a really good time to journal. I only spent about 15 minutes doing so because I have a lot of work today, but I think that journaling in general, and knowing that I have to do it these past few days, has been really, really helpful, and it also sets you up in a good headspace to do work and focus. I'll probably be back in about an hour, 2 hours, and I think I'll go for a walk then. All right, well, I did end up going for a walk, but didn't bring my phone with me, so I'm here now. It's about 6 p.m. Thursday, and at this time, I just finished my work. I'm about to make dinner, and I would usually open a bottle of wine, have a glass of wine, and I initially thought, oh, I can't do that, I'm practicing Stoicism, but at the same time, moderation is a virtue. So yeah, I'm 22 years old. I'm probably going to go enjoy a glass of wine with dinner. Maybe just double check, make sure my work is all done. And then I'll probably try and be in bed by 9:30. And normally my bedtime is much later than that. So that's what I've been doing these past few days, and it's been definitely good for me, although a difficult adjustment. So yeah, that's my thoughts on moderation and temperance. Find the middle ground. A glass or two of wine isn't going to kill you. And I'm also following up to say that the reason I'm not doing caffeine in moderation is because I think it's something I'm totally dependent on, whereas wine I am not. So that's why I think a glass of wine is okay, but caffeine in the mornings every single day is not. All right, well, it's Friday morning, about 9 a.m. This will be my last unscripted reflection or vlog or whatever you want to call it. Again, no caffeine. I didn't really notice it this morning at all. Just been honestly drinking a lot of water, which is great. Getting steps in, doing bike rides every morning, journaling, all of those things. It's amazing what you can do when you actually put your mind to it. And also it just is it's so beneficial to set up a healthy space mindset and everything for studying and doing work that day, because again, today I have a lot of work. So yeah, this is my last in-person or unscripted reflection, but I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye. All right. It's Friday, about 7 p.m. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And to end my video on the Stoic way of life, I wanted to do a video journaling of sorts. Don't worry, I won't be dumping all my problems on you all or sharing too much info about myself. Instead, I just wanted to outline how I tried to live with the proper amount of wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation these past few days. So first, we have wisdom. I'll be blunt, as a 22-year-old, I am decidedly lacking in wisdom. But that does not mean I can't try to emulate wisdom where I've seen it before, and I believe my father's wise, so I tried to follow his lead in this department. It's not easy to act like a 70-year-old man, but I think I did my best in situations that called for it. I think having strep throat for a majority of this process prevented me from making unwise decisions, actually. Even I am not unwise enough to go and drink on a Monday night while having a 103-degree fever, so that made it pretty easy. Next, we have justice, and to be honest, I really didn't have many opportunities to be just. I did the dishes after I got better because they were piled high, and I know, it's always the damn dishes, even though most of them were other people's. It annoyed me. Well, didn't annoy me. I guess that is not really just when you think about it, but in the Stoic spirit, I will say I neither enjoyed nor disliked doing a sink full of dishes after recovering from strep. Next, we have courage, and this one's a little longer. So when I had strep throat at the beginning of this journey, I could barely get out of bed without my head feeling like it was going to explode. I couldn't swallow water without it hurting like hell. I mean, this was the sickest I have been in my adult life. I would have preferred COVID 10 times over compared to this. But I didn't have anyone to take care of me. I had to take care of myself. I got out of bed, put on my slides and several layers to help with the 103-degree fever, and drove to my favorite pho place. When I got home, every bite hurt and I had zero appetite. But over the course of about an hour, I downed the entire thing. I woke up the next morning feeling much better. You might be laughing at me for calling it courageous to get soup when you're sick, but I promise you this disease destroyed my will to live like no other, so I'm going to call that courage. Finally, we have moderation. You guys heard me talk about this in some of my earlier videos when it came to caffeine as well as alcohol. I completely gave up caffeine, and I at first noticed a difference, but after about 2-3 days, my mornings weren't that much different. And then I also had a single glass of wine last night, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was a good way to enjoy my evening, and I think that's completely fine in moderation. And I think that that's practicing the Stoic virtue of moderation, single glass. And to end this video, I wanted to talk about what I saw as the positives and the drawbacks from this. So for positives, I would say it was overwhelmingly positive, especially not using caffeine and not having caffeine in the mornings. It made my journaling a lot more coherent and also less about myself. I didn't really journal about myself. I journaled just about what I was thinking about, whether that was my parents or my friends, my family. I did try to, in the vibe of Marcus Aurelius, I tried to write about good ways to live, but I don't think I'm quite that intelligent. But in general, it made me less frantic as well, not having caffeine. And then another positive was just the kind of, I don't want to say strictness, because I don't think that that's the right word, but I had a very set kind of idea about the way that my day was supposed to go every day when I woke up. So I would wake up, and instead of immediately reaching for a cup of coffee, I would take a cold shower, about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, hop on the bike. This was after I recovered from strep, obviously. Hop on the bike, do some journaling, make breakfast, and then shower, take a real shower, and start my work for the day or go to class or whatever I had to do. As for drawbacks, I would say the only thing was, I don't think I practiced long enough to feel this, but my fear was kind of detachment from situations, especially detachment from issues I have with friends or family that I would prefer to resolve, and instead detaching from them. Yeah, I know that that's not the Stoic way to do it, but I think that when you read it, you think, oh, this doesn't matter, therefore I shouldn't care, therefore I shouldn't do anything about it. And so I would say that would be the only drawback, but I didn't experience that. So overall, overwhelmingly positive. I loved this, had a great time. Thank you guys. Bye.